5
Okay.
seconds remaining.
Is that still the same one?
Yeah, no, I couldn't set it, I think.
To ban. Team
Not working
Liquid's
right
turn to ban.
I'm just gonna grab a drink. Let me go.
OG's turn to ban. Team Liquid's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining.
Alright, you ready?
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it's an all. I mean, I'm just gonna use my headset.
Yeah.
Probably, I'll buy another one for tomorrow.
OG's turn to ban.
Okay, alright.
Ready.
If you want. And if you want to cast more in the future, then yeah, you should.
Team
Alright.
Liquid's turn to ban.
Playing some ads, then we're live.
OG's turn to pick. Team Liquid's turn to pick.
Earth Shaker.
Hello and welcome back to the EPICENTER Major EU Qualifier Playoffs. My name is Nomad. Joining me is Theban, aka 1437, as we get into the second match in this best of 3 series between OG and Team Liquid. Team Liquid currently leading 1-0. Theban, could you please give us a brief rundown for the storyline of last game?
Well, last game, OG had a pretty strong lineup, but Liquid last picked their Terrorblade, was playing against a lot of physical damage heroes. So OG at some point couldn't really come up with the damage to try and kill this Terrorblade who had Skadi and Manta, and ever since then it felt like OG were just trying to find these like small gimmicky ways to come around, try to kill the supports, isolate the Terrorblade and win the fights, but they weren't able to completely do that very end. But we saw a lot of really cool plays and a lot of like small things that you don't see your average players doing.
Liquid's turn to ban.
Just that game watched, if any of you guys missed. Beautiful Dota.
Yeah, really, the skill level is beyond anything we've seen so far in these qualifiers, I think it's fair to say. And it was basically, yeah, as you say, OG kind of trying to play around the Terrorblade and eventually gets to the stage in the game where the Terrorblade is so farmed that you can't really ignore him anymore, especially with that Roshan fight. And when it came down to it, they could not cut the mustard. So here we are in game number 2 with OG down 1 game. Are you sure we're in game? Is this not a replay we're watching right now? Because we have the exact same draft coming out.
10 seconds.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing to you. Like, is this a replay? Because the first 3 bans and the first 2 picks from both sides is exactly the same. So which means is like Liquid feel like their strategy was perfect. You know, they could do the same thing again. They're gonna last pick a different carry if they need to this game, and they're gonna, you know, do the same thing. And OG felt like, okay, it was that Terrorblade that really screwed with us, and everything else that we were doing was perfect. You know, it's like both teams are kind of being stubborn in the sense they're not really wanting to play a different kind of game. They both are very confident in their 2 ideas, and it's kind of true though, right? Where like the Terrorblade was a big problem, and OG did play really friggin' good throughout the whole game until the point where the Terrorblade was possible to keep.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm really interested to see like how
5
OG
seconds remaining.
will adjust, because they're the ones who lost the game. So
Yeah.
up to them to adjust their draft. Liquid banning out the Winter Wyvern this time, and that hero was like very high value in the last game. He was getting so many kills with Winter's Curse. He was always pushing out lanes. He was making it so difficult for Liquid to make plays around the map or heroes. So
Yeah, they really did, and it gave them another way to reset the fights as well, which when you're playing versus Terrorblade is so important, because if Terrorblade's not in the right place, he is going to be very, very impuissant in these fights, and that's kind of what we saw No-Tail really taking advantage of. And also, when they were trying to go for these skirmishes around the map, just using the Winter's Curse to either find the +1 or help them escape was really clutch. But now, Team Liquid pick up the Oracle for Kuroki.
Last game, Shadow Shaman. They're gonna have a lot less disables. The OG did ban the Venomancer out. So annoying for the monk. Kept like running around the map, trying to avoid that hero. It was really it had a lot of impact throughout the game. The ultimate. It always made OG have to run away or like buy back to take team fights.
Yeah. All right, OG. So, any predictions here?
I think the reason why Liquid picked the Oracle is because they don't want OG to draft the Batrider, so they're kind of like trying to derail them from pick that hero Oracle here. Because last game when they picked the Shadow Shaman, they actually banned the Bat, right? I mean, we're gonna see a No-Tail hero come. Silencer.
Oh, they're gonna pull it out again. Now, it's gonna be in the mid lane, or is this a kind of flex pick here? I mean, we know No-Tail plays it, but we did see Thompson on it a little bit earlier on in these qualifiers, but this early on maybe seems a little bit doubtful, but it's a great pick to play against the Enigma and this Anking.
I have a lot of games on Silencer throughout, my playing career and even pubs and stuff like that, and I can tell you that hero is it's really not good. So I'm really afraid for OG right now. Like whenever I see Silencers picked, I feel like this is the highest chance that this team can lose the game. I saw yesterday EG was playing forward gaming, they picked Silencer, and I was talking to the people I was watching. I was like, EG's gonna lose this game, man. They freaking picked Silencer. So I'm really afraid. Like maybe they pick like these two other heroes who can really push out lanes and utilize Silencer's utility, because like Silencer doesn't actually have a lot of damage output, and his ultimate is a really long cooldown. So the way you want to play Silencer is like you want to use global offensively while you're attacking the enemy, so you can chain that one big teamfight win that you make with global into like some kind of objectives. But if you become into a position in the game where you need to use your global defensively, like save your teammate or something like that, you lose a lot of tempo throughout the game by doing that. So that's why like Silencer is a really tricky hero to play and very difficult hero to play right now, like as a team. I feel like OG are gonna need to pick some heroes that deal a lot of damage and can put pressure on Liquid side of the map. Liquid are gonna go for Sven. That's a really nice pickup. I've seen a lot of Sven lately in the major, MDL major, the qualifiers, and it feels like he doesn't have too many counters in terms of like the laning stage, and it feels like whoever he lanes against, as long as he maxes out his cleave, he can just farm the big camp, then farm ancients, and then he hits like these item timings with SNYs, blink, BKBs, whatever it is, and tanks up and just can blink in, burst heroes. So it's a really nice hero to pick, and the only reason why they can pick it so confidently right here is because the hero that countering Sven is Batrider, and they already have Oracle. So OG are not going to feel comfortable picking the number one counter to the Sven because there's already an Oracle.
Yeah, that's a good point. And also, the kind of, if they were thinking about it, the Nature's Prophet now becomes very unappealing because Sven lanes very well versus that hero.
At this point, like when I see Santa, I really don't know what heroes a team would want to pick here. And Santa Earthshaker are not very aggressive supports as well. So Liquid are going to have a pretty good time getting the farm on the Sven and the Enigma without them being tested. The only thing I feel OG can do that can really punish Liquid is like maybe they do an aggro tri-lane and they start snowballing some kills here and there. Start stacking up some in Silencer.
+2.
That could be pretty.
Okay, so the draft, it's taken a little bit of a turn now. Not a complete replay of game number 1, thankfully. So the Oracle and Sven picked up by Team Liquid. Talents are now taken by OG, and only 20 seconds left to grab their next hero. It seems like the Sven certainly threw a bit of a curveball for them. One more pick before the next banning phase. Yeah, I mean, I'm still not sure where the starting three is going to go, but you don't seem sure about it. Last time they played it worked pretty well. Okay, never mind, it's not mid. It's then Morphling comes out, and that is not a mid silencer. Okay, so they got the Monkey King and the Morph as their calls right now. So how does this Morphling match up versus the team which Liquid have drafted themselves so far?
Pretty good. There's not too many stuns like that Morph is so worried about. Like, I guess there's a Sanking burrow, but like Sven is like really slow. He can always like morph up during that time. Enigma is like take some time to come online for him to like black hole Morphling. I feel the Morphling is gonna have a pretty good game in terms of and mid game farming, and he's actually a good hero against Sven too, because Sven can't just burst him. And later Morphling, when he buys E-Blade, he can just remove a lot of Sven's HP for the Sven can take the fight, or he can just E-Blade his ally, whoever gets stunned up. I like this Morphling pick. It was pretty good, and it's gonna make it like so OG is not on such a big timer. Strongest carry.
Yeah,
and I feel when between both of these teams, that's really important. That one of the team is not on a timer. They're both so comfortable with their carry just farming up and getting their key items and playing to their carry's timings. So Liquid, I mean OG is gonna need an offlaner here. They ban Lone Druid. Seb Hero.
Seb Hero, yeah, there's a few of them. Anything springing to mind right now? I mean, a lot of them are gone.
Like Sanking, Enigma, Beastmaster. Brew was already banned. That was a good Beast, Batrider. Okay, Undying. All right. That's gonna be a core silencer, Undying or Shaker.
Jarak's Monkey King.
Not sure.
Seb Shaker.
If they have core silencer, that's actually much better than having support silencer.
I think
support silencer is gonna have a very difficult time like getting levels for him to be useful. But if he's a core silencer, then you suddenly like start scaling up your glaives. Like you can do a lot of damage this game, for sure.
Alright, final take for Team Liquid, and they're going to go for the Brood Mother. I think this is recognizing that the Monkey King isn't core, and then feeling comfortable taking the Brood into it. I'm not sure though. No, Thompson does go on the Monkey King, so no tail on
Silencer core? I think Seb is going to play Silencer here. Or Seb is playing Earthshake. I mean, one of the two for sure.
Well, yeah, I mean, either way, it's going to be a weird hero for Seb. Yeah, it's not conventional either way it goes.
Exactly. I mean, it's going to be so much better. Like, if Silencer is actually a core, okay, I can see how this can really work out for OG. But picking Broodmother into Morphling and Monkey, that's kind of weird, right? Typically, like, those two are the cores that like to play against Brood. Like, Morph, he buys, like, these 2 style shields. He can go mid. He can deny creeps against Brood. He can get a lot of farm. And Monkey, same thing. He just buys 2 style shields, go mid, and he can, like, one-shot the... can one-shot the Spiderlings as long as he has like Quelling Blade and Wraithband or something like that. So,
yeah, just one boundless strike, yeah.
Yeah, he can just... kind of weird they picked the Brood. Maybe they just want to be able to invade the enemy jungle with this Brood, kind of just like look around and stuff. But Brood is actually a pretty good hero against Undying, because he can just send all the Spiderlings onto the Tombstone and just kill it one volley, so... That's I guess plus side. And Jarak is the one who's gonna, so it's not gonna be like a completely gimp silencer, you know, buying wards under leveled or anything like that. But
yeah, it's gonna have some items, but he's not.
At least, yeah, exactly. Jarak is not really this kind of player who's gonna buy like Midas and try to scale in the game, but maybe it will be just enough for them. Everything's gonna come down to the Broodmother for sure.
I think so as well, yeah. And Seb Earthshaker, as we're seeing now, that's pretty exciting stuff coming out from this offlaner. We know he likes the unconventional picks every now and again, as all of the OG players do, but this is something a little bit far and beyond. Let's see if they can make it work in this game number 2 between OG and Team Liquid in this best of 3 series in the playoffs. The winner goes through to the winners bracket final. The loser will drop down to the lower bracket to play the loser of NIP versus Alliance. Let's see what Liquid can do today.
Yeah, and it seems like Liquid is gonna do their strat again. They're gonna go aggro try with Enigma, then give him the Ring of Health. And I feel like every time I watch Liquid, it's either they do this with Enigma or like they have a Doombringer and they just put the Doom in the safe. So the pattern I've noticed is like Mind Control is gonna be in the safe lane like 9 out of 10 games, and they're always just gonna try to go aggressive with their other 3 heroes.
Yeah, it does seem to be the way they're playing the meta right now with this Enigma anyway.
Mind Control can always have like a decent start no matter what. Even if he fights against 3 heroes, even if he dies a few times, he's gonna have decent levels no matter.
Exactly. All about that XP up here in the top lane. But yeah, this mid matchup, as you say, it's a really weird one. You know, usually we don't see the Brood coming out that often. Is there maybe another reason? Usually when you see the Brood, it's to just completely counterpick a lane and kind of take over this entire middle section of the map, which is kind of important. This game, I can't really see that happening so much. Not with the Earthshaker, the Monkey King, and the Morphling being in the game, all pretty good versus Brood. So what's the purpose of this pick?
I think they picked the Brood Mother to actually mess with the supports. I don't think they picked the Brood to like punish the cores or anything like that. They feel like if they give the supports a bad game, they can really just take over this game and just let the Sven, Enigma, and stuff like that deal with the cores. Because Silencer and Undying, they cannot deal with Brood Mother whatsoever. Right? That means this Monkey King needs to stay around the mid lane pretty much the entire game. Or else none of the supports can just go mid, take some XP, and like play there, or, you know, or anything like that, because the Brood is just gonna kill him.
Yeah, and it also gives them a way to really get in deep and destroy this Tombstone, which could have been a problem earlier on in the draft. The Eidolons don't really deal with it very well, and other than that, they don't have anything which can get on top of it with a decent amount of attack speed to blow up this Tombstone, so definitely helps out a little bit with that, but again, not really the ideal usage for Brood to put your mid laner, a hero which destroys Tombstone. So we'll see how it kind of comes to function in this match, as Thompson starts off in the middle lane, trading pretty even with Martin. We'll expect this lane to go... I mean, Thompson's going to shoot up in CS, but probably just be a little bit further ahead on net worth. It's probably won't be a complete crushing, but yeah.
Yeah, he's got the double stealth shield, Quelling Blade. He's got all the tools already to be able to deal with this Brood there in lane. He's played this matchup before.
Oh yeah. Definitely practiced it when coming in to play Secret. Meanwhile, Liquid, sorry. Meanwhile, No Tail down in the bottom lane, just punching up Kuroki and Miracle here. He's got all this strength, 16 strength to roll, and he's making Liquid feel it.
Yeah, look at Jerax's build. He went for the glaives first. I really like this by him. This is actually the more powerful Sancer build now.
Yeah,
a lot of damage.
Really hitting into him. You're cutting out a little bit there. Might want to have a look at your Discord settings. As Mind Control, he's gonna have a slightly better start to the game than last game, but slightly is only that. Has got himself 7 denies actually. That's kind of crazy. I guess he's versus an Earthshaker who doesn't have a tremendous amount of damage, but still quite surprising.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was just trying to fix the lag issue.
Alright, okay. Meanwhile at bottom, Miracle just taking so much harass from this Trine as well. It really hurts to get his strength taken away and then take a couple of adaptive strikes as well. But whilst No Tail is away farming, they can kind of zone Anna out a little bit. As mid lane currently going very well for Thompson, but I mean, yeah, I'm wondering how many of these creeps are actually spiders and how many are actual lane creeps.
I take what I please.
Yeah, it looks like their XP is about even, so guessing he does have a few spiderlings there. Like every time he hits the spiders, the boundless strike, he's gonna kill all of them. Like look at him, he's already leveling it up. Oh, bottom lane.
Meanwhile, bottom, it's actually kicking off down there as No Tail and Miracle both go down, but No Tail does end up being the first blood, so a bit of an advantage for Liquid possibly, although Miracle is dead and gonna miss out a little bit of XP, but it's under the Radiant Tower right now, so not too much.
Yeah, Kuroki's the one who got the first
Mind
blood.
Control, they've got the vision on Tim as well. Mind Control in some trouble. The Fisher comes down, they'll finish the kill. Sand King is dead up in the top lane.
And it's 2. That's this is actually so much worse than last game for Mind Control, because he's fighting against a Silencer and an Earthshaker. These 2 heroes have so much more value in the game when, especially when they kill you. You know, you're losing your int, and the Shaker is gonna have a really good start. He can just come complete beast.
Yeah, look towards that early timing on the Blink Dagger and such and get that game impact going nice and early. But yeah, I wanted to point out in the middle lane, by the way. Ooh, we got more action going on. Fighting up a little bit here. No Tail's taking some hits, but he's got the Soul Rip to heal himself up as Miracle will Warcry himself away, just saving himself from a bit of damage. But Anna rips through it so quickly that Warcry does not last long versus him.
Yeah, it's not going so well for Liquid this time around. The Morphling has so much damage, you can deny all these creeps so easily. The animation is really good as well. Like, imagine if this Sven didn't have this Ring of Health in this lane. Like, how crushed would they be? Undying keeps decaying and stealing his
GH
damage.
flied into the bottom lane here. They've got the damage onto Undying. Can they finish him up? The Sorin going to help him out a little bit, but the stun comes out from Miracle. The right clicks will come in, and No Tail takes a fall. Ana, without his laning partner, has to stay under the tower as Kuroki just saying hello.
Yeah, he's actually completely okay with that, because now Undying's gonna come back full HP, full mana, and he's gonna bring a race band for the, or whatever items. He's gonna bring some regen for Ana as well. So it's actually gonna make it harder for Liquid to lane now that the Undying died, because he didn't have any mana anyway that time.
But still securing Miracle, a little bit of fun, but yeah, now he comes back in, ready to roll. Zana did take quite a bit of nuke there, but can heal himself out relatively quickly.
Oh, Silencer, he got his TP cancelled.
Yeah, he's actually been run down by Matu in mind control here. He's trying to chase the Sand King down, but unfortunately Matu comes to visit and he's got webs all over this jungle.
Bonniers.
Yeah, it's No Tail taking some damage, just actually did get the bounty rune, so probably going to be fairly happy with that. But it's going to be 3 for Liquid, so that's the only bounty rune they are able to get, thanks to that kill under the Silencer up at top.
Yeah, and the Silencer has to walk somewhere, or walk of shame.
He's actually making the walk of shame down to bottom lane though.
Dying after you use your saddest thing in Dota. Early game.
Oh yeah, back to the point I wanted to make ages ago was the Quelling Blade and the he actually got the Blades of Attack super early, so he can just get the Boundless Strike kills onto the creeps really quickly into the game.
Right.
Onto the Spiderlings.
Oh.
There's Ana fighting up with Kuro here, and in comes the Tombstone. Miracle is right in front of it, so they'll be able to blow it up quite quickly, but that just gives time for Jarex to wrap around the back here. Kuro's going to be the first one to drop. Now they look for more. They're looking onto Miracle here. He doesn't have mana for a stun. He will when he pops this one, though. He's got actually 16 charges on there right now, but Thompson even joining in this one. They really want to bring some damage down onto Miracle here, and they're certainly going to find this kill. Doesn't even pop the wand. There is no point. Meanwhile, GH just gets himself TP'd away, so 4 heroes rotate in on this bottom lane, and they do find 2 kills. But a lot of space.
That was really nice rotation by Thompson, because he didn't even TP there. He walked there, so he can always TP back to the mid lane to defend the tower. So they actually didn't lose anything either after getting those 2 kills. And Miracle is going to have a lot of pressure put on him bottom now, because this Ana is already level 5. He's denying all the creeps, and they have 3 heroes bottom. So this game, Miracle is not having that free farm that he had in the last game.
No, that's
but Ana's having a pretty good game. He's got 2 kills, and his levels are really high.
Yeah, not crazy on the CS side of thing, but there's been so much action down here that it's not really surprising. Both games, as bottom lane really has been where it's kicking off. Meanwhile, Sanking up at top lane, being chased down by Seb. They need a little bit more damage, but with the sight, they will be able to do it. Fat Dust. Seb gets the solo kill up here in the top lane. OG are going to be a little bit disappointed that they've used all of their Sebs up early, as won't be able to chance their boy now. Meanwhile, they're actually fighting up OG here. Noto just running forwards though, throws down the Tombstone. Ana jumping in onto Miracle here. He's got a curse coming through onto him from the Silencer. They don't have enough damage to bring him down, but Thompson comes flying in. Jarek's actually the first one to die on the Silencer. Thompson needs one more hit and we'll find it. Miracle can't get to the trees in time. Meanwhile, GH though, he's managed to clean up too. Ana, he's still trying to fight up with GH as Thompson comes running in from behind. I think GH days are numbered as Thompson comes in and he will be slain. Ana gets himself another one, which brings him up to a killing spree. But mid tower, it's taken some damage, but then comes Thompson once again, just moving down to the bottom lane on foot so he can TP back to this mid lane and defend it nice and quickly. It's kind of limiting Matu's effectiveness on this Broodmother a bit.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, right? Like we discussed how if you have second pick, you're going to get this last pick mid lane that's going to counter the enemy mid lane, but Liquid didn't do that. They didn't actually pick a mid laner who countered the enemy mid laner. So it ends up being like they're pretty much losing 3 lanes, because like this Thompson, not only is he getting free farm, but he's getting more than free farm because he's fighting against a Broodmother. He's also getting like all this extra Broodlings and things like that. Oh, Thompson got caught up. Is he gonna get Black Hole here?
Oh, they're gonna get Black Hole. It certainly is. The Eidolon's here to help him out as well, and with rest of Liquid heroes coming in.
Well, that was really nice.
Disappear.
Because the mid tower is gonna fall now since Thompson's dead. Like I said, like Thompson is actually the only one who can really deal with this mid tower, unless they bring the Earthshaker mid.
Maybe Seth? Yeah,
there he is.
His way over.
But that's gonna give space to the Sanking now, so it's like they're kind of falling apart, you know. They had this like lock on this game where Liquid can't really do much apart from just farm on their Broodmother. But now that Thompson died and Seb has to go mid, it's going to relieve a lot of pressure off of mind control, and it's going to be able to catch up back top lane. Look at the last hits compared to two off laners. Like completely one-sided.
Yeah, 75 on Seb, and mind control down all the way at
Bottom lane, top
36. Goodness. He's trying to find himself revenge here. GH, you black hole me, I smack you. GH slain. And Thompson just running up onto the high ground here. They've actually got this huge ancient stack here ready for the spend. Is there anybody on OG who can really take that? I don't think. My god! He's actually going to disarm the guy. So Thompson's going to taunt alongside him for the time being. And one more hit will bring him down. There's a TP coming in from mind control. Miracle in from behind as well. The double stun, they stack him up, but they want this epicenter to come off. Thompson's going to throw down the ultimate and try and get himself out. He's got the Jingu. Will try and heal himself up off the catapult. Not doing a whole lot. Trying to make his way through to the trees. He's got the tree nuts in 1 second, but no. He's going to stop it with the caustic event. Jump in and find him in the trees. Thompson not really making his way out of that one. Tries to dodge the damage, but unfortunately it's not quite enough. Thompson, it takes a long time. And 4 heroes, well, Kureki just TPing him in the end there, but they do get him down. So that is going to be another costly death. As the middle tower already gone, Seb could not defend it. And Matu's just kind of jumping over to the Ancients here, getting himself a ton of gold.
Yeah, they actually taking this mid tower was huge for Matumba, because now he can have control over the Ancients area on Radiant side, and he can also keep farming all the mid waves.
No tower? Okay. Just decides to run at Sanking, who was sitting on top of the double damage, and quickly gets killed. Not too sure on that one. But at least no one else has a double damage, I guess.
Juicy stack.
They try and take it away with the God Strength. This is, well,
there's 2 healing creeps in there.
Yeah,
there's a lot of healing creeps in there.
I need to play it. Well, he's just
the sandstorm.
Yeah, he gets
the sandstorm helps a lot.
It certainly does, yeah.
Magic damage.
Easy,
yeah, so Liquid got the bottom tower and the mid tower, probably the most important towers for them to take, and now it's going to give a lot of space for Miracle to be able to farm wherever he wants. And I mean, I feel like Liquid is in a pretty good position now. Everything started with Thompson making that smoke play bottom, getting caught out to the Enigma without a TP.
Same thing happened again, but Thompson's still trying to find action here. He's on top of the Oracle. The disarm comes through, but Thompson's just going to follow the guy. False Promise comes in. They don't have any interrupts now, so Kuroki will find his way back to base and easily be healed up by that fountain. Especially, I say that. The flask.
Oh, he's alive.
God. That was close.
That was really nice.
Well, they're smoked up in the lane. Jarax and Seb, they've got the Blink Echo Slam. Ooh, Matu, he's got to be aware of this one. He comes in to try and farm this creep wave at mid. He's going to find himself with a very quick demise as Jarax maybe trying to bait a little bit here. As they come forward, Seb just waiting, so patient, but the Spiderlings alone. Seb's got to come in and save his buddy. Oh no, the spiders could do it alone.
He wanted to echo Matumba Man, and he was baiting Jarax, but he never sent his heroes. Just had to settle for the Spiderlings. Is good enough.
Matu, so smart. Just not getting baited in, and then he gets the blink reveal on the Earthshaker as well, which is key. He definitely saw him disappearing from the top lane. Like, gonna be close to this item by now. Seb, he's actually got the Yule Scepter queued up next for himself.
Almost got blink tag.
Yeah, so their timings aren't actually that far apart. Their net worth quite different, but Seb did go for the power treads and Soul Ring.
Seb is so much tankier. He's just a lot stronger right now. Sanking is really good at like pushing out the lanes. Sanking is not this hero who's too concerned about staying off the map, right? He just wants to always push out lanes fast and try to give information to.
Right.
Ana is complete free farm and he's sitting top lanes. Like Liquid cannot kill this hero whatsoever unless they get like an Orchid on. Probably not happening.
Yeah, well, Brood did go for the Diffusal, a pretty good item at running down Morphling, but probably won't be enough just yet.
This Morph is just gonna sit top permanently, farm these 2 camps, farm the lane, and OG, all they have to do is be able to deal with the middle. And you can see, like, even though they kill so many Spiderlings, they have so much lasses, like, it's not like they're ahead in net worth, right? Because those spiders give so little gold now. It's like 3 or 5 gold or something like that. You don't really get much out of it.
Kuro, getting some trouble here, and by some trouble, I mean he's absolutely dead. Seb and Jarax just really, well, as Jimmy's here as he tries to go on a bit of a warding mission, and now they immediately smoke up, want to find a little bit more action. I mean, really, the ideal target is Matu here, head of net worth. He's won his lane. He has just been farming up as efficiently as possible, so they need to find some spider blood, but that's easier said than done. Ana pinged out here at top. Mind Control's setting up behind him here. Doesn't have the blink dagger, so would have to do it by foot. As more heroes trying to make their way over. Matu's poking his head. And there you go. Echo Slam just flat out thrown onto Mind Control here. Will find them the kill. Matu tries to run in, but he's just not quick enough. Even under his web, he's not quick enough to find that kill. Such a quick pickoff from OG.
And you can see how like Ana just instantly waved out. The moment the Sanking died, he just got out. A lot of teams would be like, okay, we got the Sanking, let's go for more. When they see the Broodmother, no way. Like they know they used all their spells just to kill this one guy. They just settle for him, let the Broodmother walk away, you know, after he used his ulti already, and just go back to farming. You can see how disciplined OG is. Like they just want to play around their cooldowns. All they wanted was the Echo Slam to be used, and then go back to farming, get their key items, and then just play for that.
Yeah, absolutely. All about the timings this game for both teams, to be honest. Sven, they're really looking for the Sanjin Yasha after the Midas, so slowing things down a bit for the Midas pickup, but hoping to extend into the late game a bit better. They seem to want Miracle to be the unstoppable force in the late game, but versus a Morphling, it's hard to see happening.
Yeah, he actually went for Midas on this Sven because he knows like at this point he's not going to be touched in terms of like where he farms and things like that, and he's obviously a little bit far behind as well. He just cares a lot about his XP and just trying to maximize his net worth. Right now, if you're on Liquid, like there's not enough farm on this map for all your heroes, so the Midas will definitely help a little bit. You're gonna Midas.
It's also really nice for the attack speed as well, right?
Yeah, it's really nice. Ever since they changed that way. Attack speed's really strong item for
Notel with a tasty D ward. GH. He wants to go on forwards here. Could find himself in a spot of bother if Thompson finds him, but GH, he seems to know. He's definitely got some. Well, I haven't seen Thompson for a while. I know what he likes to do. His number one pastime is killing me, so I'm just going to back myself away. Try and use this Tormentor to to scout him out. We'll be able to get out safely, so Thompson waste a bit of time down here in the bottom lane, and we'll just get back to farming these creeps.
Both teams very much content with having their own farm. I mean, Liquid is like typically a more aggressive team, I would say, in terms of where they farm, but this game with the Sven being behind throughout the laning stage, they're kind of slow down the game to let him catch up.
Good lord, Matu just gets himself a casual BKB delivered, no biggie. Currently sitting at Diffusal BKB 60 minutes into this game, yep. You've got yourself a spider problem.
Morphing's got his Lincolns also. It's also very, very farmed. He just doesn't look it because he has like 3 race bands and Brood doesn't, but very powerful on this.
Dire are scanning.
Tombstone on the high ground, getting vision.
Yeah, that allows me to get a kill to GH, but they're actually going to try and jump in here, Liquid. Not too sure about this, but Brood wants to try and fight right now. He's got his BKB and he wants to use it, but running through the Wukong's taking a ton of damage. Needs to find a hero to heal up on that. Hero is going to be Seb, trying to make his way through the trees, but Matu is going to be easily finding him with those webs. Global Silence comes out to try and buy him a bit of space, but unfortunately, Liquid are just coming forward right now. Now it's starting to Jarek. They might find themselves another one. Notel, turn around, see what he can do. He actually just gets slowed up by the Diffusal blades. They go for another one. Thompson sitting on the trees, but there is really nothing he can do but watch Notel go down. He will actually destroy those trees there as they try and search for them. Randomly. It's like playing Battleship, isn't it? You sunk my Thompson. Thompson will not get sunk because he manages to get himself out.
For Radiance,
who's this? Ana? I'm not sure that's where you want to be. Goes for the cheeky kill to Matu, but GH just comes sliding in with a 4-star. I didn't expect that one, but he does get the strength morph off in time. Is it going to be enough to keep him alive? Turning into the Sand King, but gets immediately blown up. Stunned immediately inside that Sand King form by Mind Control. And that is going to be Ana falling as well. OG pouring a bit too much fuel on the fire, starting in the bottom lane, and Liquid will look towards this tower here, I imagine. The Thompson doing his best to try and push it out. Being the cheeky monkey. Ooh, Mind Control nearly finds him.
They did not give enough respect to the Broodmother's BKB there. They tried to see if they can try to fight him after the BKB goes hold on, but they were able to just commit to all their heroes. And meanwhile, Ana, instead of farming top and pushing out the lane, he was actually walking from top all the way bottom. Or he TP'd bottom, but like was not farming during that time at all when OG lost the team.
Well, Thompson the sole survivor of that engagement for OG, as they really, kind of get run around a little bit by this Brood, so The spider just getting larger and larger. Matu Brood, always scary. Apparently, even when you've got two good counters to the hero, it doesn't really matter. But they get a kill on Kuro. Now they're looking towards mind control as well. The Fisher comes out with a Boundless Strike as well. Stunned up perfectly and allows Thompson to get himself a double. GH pinged out, but they're not really going to be able to find him as he runs back into the woods.
And now they actually are starting to use the Morphling in the fights and letting him also be there from the very start, because he has so much of OG's net worth. Okay,
comes Matu with the insatiable hunger, but he's got out a little bit ahead. Does manage to get the BKB up. They can't keep him stunned. Trying to heal up off No-Tail, but No-Tail turns around and slams him with Ana. And now Miracle trying to set up to this fight. I'm not sure this is a fight you want to be involved in. Now the Spider's dirty nurse to get himself a web. The Global Silence comes out, but a forced off again, just forced around the fight as he's able to get up to the high ground. Ana with the blast, unable to keep Miracle still for the time being. Turns into the spin and stuns him up with the Storm Hammer. Now Thompson comes in with the Boundless Strike, trying to bring him down. In they go with that damage. He turns around with the God Strength though, trying to blow up Ana, but it's not going to happen. Miracle tries to make the play. Actually gets a kill onto No-Tail using that, but unfortunately, he's still going to be dead. Ana, he finally manages to strike back at Liquid as this game's coming backwards and forwards a little bit here as the gold advantage does shift into OG's favor.
When Ana's the one leading the team fight, it's so much easier for OG to be able to get the damage output that they need. And you saw the Broodmother, if he stands in the Wukong command, he actually cannot also sustain the damage that it does.
Seb just gets stunned up here. Matu, he's tempted, just throws in the Diffusal Blade, but doesn't do a whole lot to Seb. Alright, so we're 20 minutes into this game. Again, a very even match as we're kind of looking at the mid-game right now. What are the big timings we're looking for? I mean, obviously Morphling already picking up this Lincoln Sphere. It's going to be a while before he gets that Ethereal Blade. What do we see coming up shortly?
I think OG are not too concerned about like getting to the E-Blade or, you know, waiting for an item. I think as soon as the Echo Slam's up, they're just gonna try and look to see which tower they can go to and try to get some team fights.
Sorry, can you just look at Monkey King's quick buy for me?
Radiance.
Yeah.
I think it's because to be honest, I don't really have a reason why he's gonna buy it, but it's a pretty good damage item. You know, it's a pretty good damage item. It can push out lanes well, and it gives mischance to the Sven, the Broodmother. I can see why, like, you know, it can be really good. He already has Echo Saber, right? The Echo Saber is the important item when you fight against Broodmother, because it slows them down in the Wukong's command. So after that, you can pretty much buy whatever you want. The Radiant seems like, you know, not bad. It still gives you 60 damage. Lets you push out lanes.
Oh, he's bought the recipe. He's going for it. Thompson fully committing to this build, and not something we're used to seeing. But yeah, I mean, I don't see why not. Especially because he gets all that armor inside the Wukongs. They've got a bit of magic damage to bring him down, but apparently not enough for him to be worried about to be too concerned about his HP pool. So yeah, usually we see some stats on the Monkey King or a bit more damage, but in this game he's gonna go for the Sacred Relic.
Really, like, I mean, he's having such an amazing game, right? He wasn't countered at all, and he was more than free farm. So why not go for the Radiance?
Yeah, he's up there playing with the big boys.
And if he throws out the Wukong's command, like, I think the illusion, the what do you call it?
Hold on, he's in some trouble. He throws down the Tombstone onto the high ground. The life tap going to help him stay alive for a little bit longer. Full stop up as well. No-Tail, well, unfortunately, Brood, she don't care about cliffs, and we'll be able to run down the OG captain and find this handy Tombstone as well, although not interested in it seemingly.
So, what was it?
Scared of the follow-up. Scared of this.
Soldier or whatever, yeah. So the Soldier can also do the Radiance damage, and anyone who's like on the outside edges, they hit by the Radiance, then they cannot blink either. So Sanking Epicenter can be cancelled, or Aima won't be able to blink past the Wukong's command. So I can see like how that could also be one way this item can be.
Yeah, and they've got, you know, the most important blink dagger. I mean, obviously the Sanking's is pretty big, but Miracle as well. He's gonna need these blinks to get into the fight. But look, he hasn't actually. He just picked it up then. He's going for it. I thought he changed his quick buy, but he just buys the item and immediately queues up the BKB. So he does still go for this Blink Dagger, despite the Radiance now being finished on Topson. So this is going to be really hard if they get this Wukong's off for him to jump into these fights, but I don't really think it's an option for the
Oh, they had no idea that he had Radiance, right? Because he bought the recipe first, then he bought the Relic, and now he hasn't shown himself at all yet. So
Right, so
there's going to be a surprise Radiance. Yeah.
Surprise Radiance. The worst kind, some would say. All the best if you're an OG fan right now, as Ana's just wantonly onto the high ground right now.
He's so close to that
throw down.
E-Blade now.
I feel like trying to bait with this one a little bit. Seb is spotted out here. Might be able to go for the crazy echo. There's no tell with the solo smoke. A little bit tense here. Liquid staying onto the high ground. Sven seen. This might be the target they go on here as Wukong's comes down. They're trying to bring him down nice and quickly. Sven losing his HP, not really surviving, but in comes the false promise to keep him alive as Matsu just going crazy on the front lines here inside that BKB. They can't do anything to him, but through the Wukong's, he's just getting ripped apart, and Anna will make sure of that as he finishes them off with a waveform forwards. OG, they go for the Sven. They get the Brood instead, and now they can look towards Roshan, the big scaly boy being taken down by Anna and Topson.
Yeah, the last fight, Sankey couldn't use his epicenter because of the Wukong's command Radiance.
It's ruining it.
He's going for it now.
His blink gets cancelled though. That got cancelled by Silencer. Jerax with the heads up play, ruining Mind Control's game. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That was insane.
And they're just gonna back off. They don't actually need to force this Roshan at all. And Broodmother uses buyback, so they want to have favorable fights where they can take out one hero at least and then go for the Roshan. Now Anna has his E-Blade, they can smoke up, they can look for picks, they have Earthshaker with his Echo Slam up as well. OG are in the H bottom.
Yeah, Steph's kind of playing around with them. He goes in for the Echo, goes for the big players, and there's a global silence as Topson's on top of them as well. They've got Enigma kind of cornered into the Fisher here. They need to bring him down though. They don't do it in time, and now he just turns around with the easiest black hole of his life. Getting two heroes inside of it. 7 no tail finished off. They do get the kill to GH, but at what cost as they also grab a kill onto Kuroki on the backlines. Topson needs to get himself away here. He's not very healthy. Up onto the high ground, looking for Matsu. He gets out okay. But the bow strike forwards onto Anna, caught without strength. They force stuff away, but in comes the spiders, and they get that kill. Jarek's going for the TP out. They don't actually have to cancel on Topson. Needs to jump himself out of this one. Should be able to do so safely, but Anna goes down. That is the big one. I mean, losing the Earthshaker and you know, the Undying going down there as well. Not the biggest deal in the world. Topson doesn't actually just manage to escape with his life. But Anna going down, that's a big problem. And now Roshan is going to be a real option for Liquid since Anna's death timer is so large. Topson, he's got the Wukongs, which really could do a lot of damage with his Radiance. But Mind Control, he's being the bodyguard. Jerax
doesn't have his...
Wow, Jerax and Notel just actually march into the pit, and apparently that's enough to force back Liquid.
Radiant's middle tower
Very, very cautious this match.
Yeah, they don't have Gosh Strength up, so it's not so easy for them to take that Roshan really.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Alive in 8 seconds, and Roshan's actually half health, so we can see OG going for that, but then they don't have the global up quite yet. I think they will wait maybe 10 seconds and then try to do it, so they have their Echo Slam and their global silence up.
Yeah, those big spells just coming off cooldown. Well, they don't care. They want to go for it, and Anna will lead the charge into the pit. Topson
there
as well.
There is no black hole.
Just going to throw down that Wukong. So, I mean, this area where they want to initiate in, you saw Miracle going there, and then Mind Control will be able to find the long range, but actually gets caught out by the Fisher. The Fisher just blocking them all up as well. Miracle can't get away into this fight, and they're just laying the damage down onto Mind Control. He's going to get burnt away, but Topson being chased down by the Spider. That's going to be killed onto him, and now Anna kind of stuck in the pit a little bit. He has the 2-man stuff with the Storm Hammer, and now jumping around it, but Roshan's jumping low. Miracle, he's just chopping and chopping, and he's gonna get the kill and the Aegis. Seb comes in with the Echo Slam, brings down Matsu. They should get the return kill onto Miracle as well. Do they have the damage to finish him off? Anna, pretty strength right now. Needs a little bit more just to finish him off here, but the Adaptive Strike not enough. Waveform forwards. Anna just can't find the damage for Miracle right now. There's the Storm Hammer though coming in. That's gonna be the first kill. Seb, he's gonna have a Fisher for the second as well. No-tail as well here. A little bit early on the Fisher, but it doesn't really seem to matter too much. They're just gonna have to run Miracle down. Stun onto 2. Anna just managed to get the strength north off. And the Adaptive Strike will finish the job with that Ethereal Blade. The shotgun comes out right in his face, point blank. Miracle put down. And that's going to be 4 heroes dead on the side of Team Liquid. OG take a massive victory here. Roshan, they might not have gotten him, they might not have his Aegis, but they do make a huge dent in Liquid's lead.
Yeah, so they lost the Aegis, but they killed all the heroes for it. I mean, that's so much more worth it for OG. The Aegis wasn't like so important at this stage. I think this was first Roshan, right? So
yeah,
the second Roshan is the one where like you tend to start taking towers and going high ground with. So I think OG are very happy that engagement that you've had.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
And Sven going for the BKB.
Looking for GH. Hold on a second. He's on top of him here, and he's got the Shadow Blade. The 4-star doesn't help Enigma. We've been here before, buddy. GH a little bit blocked in. No Tail's coming in just to give him the full deja vu. He's got a black hole, but they'll be able to get on top of him here. And this time, Thompson ensures the kill. Nicely done. But yeah, it's been a long time. We waited a very long time for this Echo Slam to come off in this game. You know, a really effective one. We saw the very short one onto the Sand King earlier on in the game. But that one was absolutely perfect in the pit, just annihilating the Brood, eliminating a chance to fight up in this game. The thing, if he uses his BKBs too early and the team can't blink in and counter-initiate with her, then Marty does just not do enough in that timing, and once that BKB is down, she is vulnerable on this hero. I think this is such a heads-up play going for the Wukongs and with the Radiance.
Oh yeah, like this Radiance has been so valuable. Even the engagement bottom, like he lived because of that Radiance mischance when the Sven was hitting him. So
yeah,
if it wasn't for that, I think he would already be dead right now. Oh, they're gonna actually run into this pit.
Look at the fight right now. No Tail immediately getting jumped upon. Martu and Mind Control just getting on top of him. GH and No Tail both gone, but yeah, no Enigma as the Tombstone just getting focused up on the high ground. But God Strength and BKB being popped. Miracle wants to find Seb. They're just trying to kind of kite him around right now. Thompson on the run. Stun actually comes out. This is problematic as Thompson is going to get jumped, but in comes the Echo Slam onto 3. Seb with the jump in as they will fight this one up. They're not dead just yet. They don't quite have the follow-up damages. The stun comes down onto Jerax. He's going to get finished off. Seb being chased down by Martu as well, all out of mana and running out of health as well. Despite the Echo, it wasn't enough to turn this fight for OG as somehow it comes swinging back in Liquid's favor, and Ana go for the TP, just about makes it up. 2 stuns on the way into base, but Ana will survive, but the only survivor of this engagement for OG right now. They did buy back on the Sand King. They did get the kill onto GH, but not really a good engagement for OG by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, we noticed in that team fight, like if the Tombstone is down and the Undying's dead, like there's nothing for the Sven BKB that OG has. Okay!
Oh, Miracle caught out in the middle lane by Ana. You underestimate the Morphling and you will pay with your life.
Yeah, that's just Miracle, like losing concentration of the game for a second. Like he didn't realize his BKB was still on cooldown when he went to hit that tower and Ana's still alive.
Radiant's top tower.
I don't know what he was thinking, but
really big misplay on his end.
All the things on his mind, and that costs him his life, and probably the opportunity for a mid lane tower. Any kind of objective for Liquid now completely out of the question as the OG heroes respawning and getting back into this match.
Yeah, but like I said, like the Sven with the BKB, it's a really big issue for OG at the moment. Cause so it was 10-second that time around. Now it's gonna be 9 seconds. So he's gonna really look to like try and kill the Silencer or the Undying or whoever he can. And the last fight they got a really big stun on both the Monkey and the Morphling there. So they need to really be careful with their position. Oh, he killed Kuroki bottom. He didn't even need to use Echo Slam there.
How is this man? What? Alright, just gets the cheeky pick off. Meanwhile, Martu inside the tier 4s gets shotgunned up by Nana and just has to keep his distance here.
They got the double tombstone now with the Morph ally.
Oh, the Morphling onto allies as well. This is a problem. This is a huge problem. This is going to allow them to take the barracks nice and safely, and OG back themselves away. They take a huge objective here in the middle lane. Just in case you thought Liquid were winning after that engagement, OG pull it back.
Yeah, that one death on by Miracle middle really costed them a lot. Like he really didn't want to buy back in that situation. That's a losing position to put your team in because you're gonna have to play so safe after that. Because if you die, the game's just gonna end. But Liquid, they're gonna try and see.
Running in here, he's gonna try and get a stun. Use it onto No Tail, so this is one hero which is gonna be left behind. The God Strength even pop for this one should allow them to finish off the OG captain. There comes the hit. Miracle brings him down.
They're okay with that, trading the Shrine, but this is the Liquid move right here. One hero dead, look for more kills.
Yeah, it was a shrine. It was also God's Strength. Miracle still looking to make some use out of this one, but OG...
Silencer.
Yeah, I was going to say, they're not leaving anybody behind, but yes, they are. Jarek's just kind of getting a bit... Oh, forced off down to the low ground. They turn around to focus on Tombstone, and Jarek just uses the opportunity to sneak out the side door.
That was impressive.
But they might still be able to get him, although they're turning it around to the Minecraft fairly quickly here. The global science coming out as well, but they will be able to get the stun out because of BKB through from Miracle. They cancel out that science, and then comes a black hole as well. They don't have to cancel anymore. Seb held still, but they will be able to bring down Seb. Now, the Wukongs, though, it's doing a lot. I'd say that GH already dropped. Now Seb comes in with the Echo onto Matsu and Kuroki here, as Matsu's taking some damage, but he's inside that false promise. He'll stay alive for the time being. Meanwhile, Jarek will just snipe off Kuroki on the sidelines here. Matsu trying to escape, but there is no escaping fate.
Yeah, they should have definitely settled for the silencer and not have to black hole the shaker, because that positioning where they black holed, it was really uncomfortable for Liquid to make an exit after that. So OG buying back and punishing, OG buying back and punishing them like that, that's way too big. If Liquid just went back and took the tier 2 and then maybe went for the high ground from a good angle and a good position, maybe they could have even got a Rax there or more kills, but that was a bit too forced. I think they were just very trigger happy at that point.
Yeah, agreed. I feel like they were trying to make a bit too much use of this God Strength, you know, a bit of PTSD from last game with the Metamorphosis. This time it's God Strength, which is the cooldown they're looking at, so I just wanted to make sure they could really get in and make the most out of Miracle when he's at his strongest point, but unfortunately they get a bit carried away, and OG, you know, they might have lost their Earthshaker and gotten buyback from him, but totally worth it.
So OG is just back into a very aggressive position again. They know that Enigma Black Hole's on cooldown. They're not worried about any teamfight potential from Liquid right now. They're just going to take the outer towers and wait for the next Roshan again. I think after this point you're going to try and control the top and mid area of the map. The tier 2 top, and Roshan should be spawning within.
Seb, basically just in a Roshan ward right now, but you know, he's happy to be. Let's see what the time is going to be. 3 seconds till it could respawn, and it's going to be 1 minute 18, so a bit of a kind of medium respawn time there. Meanwhile, Arne has picked up a Eye of Skadi.
Really big item. Like if Sven gets hit by one Skadi shot, he is so slow. Like he's going to get kited so hard. That's the perfect counter to the BKB Sven. Skadi and the E-Blue.
Yeah, they're really just kind of trying to counter him, and the Brood as well,
silencer,
to be honest, but they're coming up onto the high ground here. This could be problematic, but the Brood strike in! They get it in time, the Global Science comes down, but they're just ripping through the Earthshaker, and Seb both taking out the fight immediately. That's no buyback on Seb as Thompson, he's being chased around the fight as well. Anna does come in and blow up GH, but Seb, Thompson's just getting annihilated in the tree line here. Meanwhile, Joji is going to try and get out with the 2 heroes here. The Linkins is popped, the 4-star forwards, Matsu, well, goes for the kill onto Jarex here, and the stun onto the creep. Miracle gets a keepy cancel, and now it's going to bring down Jarex as well. Anna now needs to run. That's Liquid in a great place to look for some objectives right now. Are they gonna go for tier 4s, do we think? No, they still got a tier 2 state. They still got a Roshan to take, coming up in 16 seconds, so plenty of other options to go for.
Man, that was actually an absolutely beautiful initiation by Mind Controller. Like no player would just stun blindly into the high ground where you know they're all camping. Yeah, and he got 2 and they both die. Like if that doesn't happen, they don't win that team fight. That was so beautiful.
Yeah, almost like kind of... Was that a desperation play? Because Liquid have been struggling with these fights. They know they need to make some kind of crazy play.
It's like they're thinking, they're really smart, you know. They're really thinking like, okay, we cannot give this Roshan to the opponent. Like VP is very similar to that. They always think about this Roshan and not giving it to the enemy. So like at that position, they know like if they let this go and they don't do something right now, or you're just gonna control the area and just gonna get it for free. So they just go for the play when they have their items, and well, you know what? It worked out. They didn't even have vision actually. They only planted a vision like right before that stun landed. So
this series has provided so many good plays from all of these players today. Just the amount of skill, individual skill on these guys is absolutely absurd. Mind Control making his mark on the series.
So the Sun has his Bloodthorn now, and the Broodmother Butterfly is like it's becoming so much more difficult for OG to play. Like OG was waiting for that Roshan. That was their timing to get the Aegis and walk to the high ground and get a good team fight. But now they lost it.
Ripped away as they're actually coming forwards onto No-Tail here. No-Tail, he's got Hero bladed up, but it's actually a Ghost Scepter on his, and they go for the other kill as well.
Just two-shotted him.
Oh my god. Now stun coming on to Ana here. Of course, he's got the Lincoln Sphere, so not too bothered. But that's set down for 73 seconds. They've got the Aegis on the side of Liquid. They're going to be looking in to push in this middle tower.
If you notice like what Miracle did there, he knows that Undying is dead, and he knows that there's probably one other hero behind him, so he blinks past the Undying, doesn't even kill him, looks for someone else, finds the Shaker, stuns him, and just two-shotted him with the Bloodthorn. Yeah,
that level 25 talent absolutely coming in huge there as well, giving him enough damage to finish the job. Martu as well with the plus 60 insatiable hunger damage and lifesteal, which is pretty crazy out of talent, honestly. I mean, we've seen this
so
multi-shot adaptive strike in play. The big one actually is the Monkey King level 25. This is very important. The extra ring with the Radiance blink cancels, that's going to be extremely useful for OG.
Yeah, they got, what, 4 Blink Daggers? Yeah, they have 4 Blink Daggers on Dire, so that is very, very important.
Yeah, Marty went for a Blink as well. Huh.
Yeah, he actually needs that to get on top of the supports and like, or the Tombstone and try to kill it.
Yeah.
Because the Tombstone is the big item, the big skill that's gonna slow down the Sven, not be able to do what he wants.
Sven takes a big hit from Ana there with the Ethereal Blade adaptive strike combo.
Yeah, it's a good thing to have Oracle who can just keep healing up all that damage.
Yeah. The stain is very nice indeed.
Okay, I think Ana's had enough. He's going for the BKB now. He's like, okay guys, I can't do anything in this team fight without this item, so just wait.
Yeah, a little bit surprised he didn't go for it earlier, but now decides that now's the time, especially with this cooldown talent on the Sven as well. You know, brings his 7-second Stormhammer cooldown. I feel like it's very much needed, despite the Lincoln Sphere, but...
Okay, another burst.
Blinking in with the BKB, trying to block No-Tail as quickly as possible, but No-Tail will survive and throw down the Tombstone. Oh, never mind. Never mind. A 1,300 crit from Miracle, not even from a Daedalus. That is just a Bloodthorn. Miracle still chasing here. He's not done on this one as he jumps in. Jerax on the front lines. He's going to actually drop a fair amount of damage onto the Sven as Ana comes in from behind. Actually turns into the Earthshaker, but it's not enough to keep Jerax alive.
All supports are dead and there's no Wukong's command up, so they might just consider walking to the high ground right now. It's not like they can wait for the next Aegis, even though it's gonna be running out. It says 1 minute.
Look at right click damage right now, by the way. It's just a casual 1,700 right click damage.
He hit him!
Troll hit him. Oh, he goes for the whip. He gets cancelled out. Kuroki so quick with the edict there. As the movement going in quick, they'll be able to finish off Seb. He does not get anything off in that fight. There's Marty now chasing on No-Tail as well. He's going to have that Ghost Step to keep himself alive. But Miracle's on him straight away. Mind Control with the blink through onto 2. Black Hole to follow up as well. Ana's in some trouble, as is Thompson. Ana's dead. The Morphling going to buy back into this one, but Monkey King, he's brought down as well. Also has the buyback. This means the Silence is going to be back as well, trying to get the quick pick onto the Sven here, but not quick enough. And he's still got the Aegis anyway, so it would have even mattered if they jump in onto Ana here, and the Burst Strike to follow up as well. Popping that Lincoln Sphere with the initial Stormhammer. Then following up, he's rooted up in place, but Liquid, they're not interested. They want to try and get a tower. The Burst Strike forwards from Ana now, so he's trying to bring down Mind Control. Mind Control just blinking himself away. The Burst Strike out, and now the Wukong's the big ring is here as the Tombstone being chased. He's actually going to survive this one for the time being. Never mind, they find it with the Ethereal Blade. Kuroki go for the TP out. Jackson's off from another Pounder Strike as well, going to catch him, so it looks like they will be getting Oracle as well. OG defending and a little bit more as they take a bunch of kills on their own base. Liquid.
Aegis is out. Yeah, I think they're just a bit too happy. Like they know the Morphling didn't have buyback and they try to focus him, but they didn't really have any damage left because they only have the Fables and Morph already went to full strength. So if they had focused just the objectives and take the tower, try to hit the racks, maybe they would have got it, but now they have 2 heroes dead and they're giving a little bit of space for OG to be able to regain control of this map.
That said, they did get the buybacks. This is a real win condition now for Liquid.
Yes.
Ana, Thompson.
He has BKB almost on the Enigma as well. Then if they kill the Silencer in the beginning of the team fight, then the Enigma can just easily cast Black Hole on whoever he wants, whoever doesn't have buyback, and they're gonna get a kill.
Jerax needs to play so far back. He needs to be playing like so far back into another game of Dota. Doesn't need, like, with the amount of blinks, the amount of catch, the burrow strikes, everything they have to throw at Silencer here. He has to stay alive to cancel this black hole now.
Yeah, I feel like Jerax has been playing like the most perfect Silencer you can play right now, you know? Like, he's got items, he's like casting all his spells perfectly, but it still feels so underwhelming at the moment, the hero itself.
I can't help but agree with you there.
Hops
Okay,
in,
nice.
going for Scotty next. That's gonna be nice, Echo Saber plus Scotty for the Wukong's command, and people really cannot move.
So slowed. And they've done a good job in playing around it so far, but the last fight did do quite a lot for them. Another thing as well is that you just got to point out that when they use this Wukong's command around one of these big targets like Martu or Miracle, it just stops any kind of counter initiation coming in with these blink daggers on all the other heroes. It's so important this game.
Yeah, right now the person to watch out for is gonna be GH. Got BKB and Blink, so even if the global silence comes out, right, he can just either click BKB or Greaves or whatever it is and move it. Then
Sounds like
cast
a
his black
refresher
hole
shot.
right after.
Refresher or queued up.
It's gonna need that. I mean, they're planning for the late game already, like super late game on OG side. They know this game is not gonna end anytime soon. Oh, they
smoke up, Liquid are coming in. Mind control on the front line, so Burrow Strike onto No-Tail. Stun up from GH as well. He pops out BKB, looking for a black hole, but is not gonna find it. Meanwhile, on the backlines, they're also trying to chase off some heroes as well. It looks like No-Tail will be going down here as the time comes out. Onto him, tops him on the front lines, just pops up the Wukong straight up, but they're able to get themselves away. Liquid just disappear. Very pretty Wukongs with this TI Radiance effect though. It's just nice. But Wukong's wasted. Wukong's is down. We're still literally just talking about how important that spell is. OG probably need to be playing a little bit more defensive now. Clear out of the enemy's jungle. But they grab themselves the bounties on the way.
Broodmother's working towards his Nullifier as well. Really big item. Or the Undying is not going to be able to cast his Ghost Scepter if the Broodmother. Really annoying, like how OG are playing the team fights, like they're baiting each other out so that one hero gets gone on, he's just going to cast Ghost Scepter, or someone's going to throw an E-Blade on them and just try to develop the team fights, make Liquid waste their BKBs so that the Earthshaker can cast his Black Hole or the Global Silence can be more effective in the team fights. So this the Nullifier from the Broodmother is going to stop them from being able to do that.
Attempting to develop the team fights, a very good way of putting it, but No-Tail just trying to go for a bit of dewarding here. Could be in a spot of bother though as Martu's chasing him down, and they're trying to get the counter initiation, trying to go for Kuroki here on the backline. Seb's on top of him, comes in with that enchanted totem as GH comes down, throws down the Midnight Pulse. Seb still trying to get off some stuns here, but he's just been controlled up so much, he's actually just gonna die straight up. Seb and Jarek already brought down. Anna just piling into the Spen. No, Spen needs to get himself away from this one. He's taking a lot of damage, and now in comes Thompson looking to finish the job here. Wukong comes out, but the black hole to cancel, but Spen's already dead. He buys back, but he can't get quickly enough to follow up on this black hole damage as Anna just turns around and starts pounding into GH. GH taking so much damage as Thompson finishes off Kuroki. Mind control down to the low ground. GH is finished up, and there's the Ethereal Blade. He's going to try and go for the TP. They don't see it. Oh, there we go. Seb is there with the Yorsep. They certainly did see him, just waiting for the Earthshaker to get into position. Mind control dies, buys back immediately, but two heroes dead without buyback. OG are onto the high ground now. They are looking to push.
Huge. They have no buyback on Enigma, and he has no black hole either. They can control this fight as much as they want.
They have a chance to win, OG. They have a win condition. All they need to do is take down a couple of heroes and the base could be theirs, but a lot easier said than done. OG down to the bottom lane. I mean, they can't get Megas here. There's a tier 2 up at top. It's very low on HP though. One person could just go back and destroy it if they wanted to try for the Megas instead. They're just going to try and poke here, sending in the monkey illusions as well. This is really, really nice. I believe these are Morphlings illusions.
Yeah, they're trying to make Liquid maybe get them out of position so they can get one more kill before going for the throne. They were not comfortable to go for the throne, especially with their own heroes not having their buybacks up at them. So they're just going to go back and secure the Roshan. Okay, this was absolutely beautiful decision from OG here. Definitely don't want to risk the game by going for the throne there, even the heroes are dead. You don't actually know if Enigma has buyback or not because he never bought out yet. Nice blink cancel from
once again,
Jerax
is not letting anybody So look at these buybacks here. I mean, basically nobody has the buyback. The cheese in the
Monkey
pit.
King has the refresher again.
Refresher shard as well. This is so important for OG. It allows them to be a little bit more liberal with this Wukong's usage.
Yeah, they didn't even give it to Jerax. Like, that's how you know, like, OG's value on this Wukong's command.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't give it to Jax, they didn't even give it to the Shaker. Like, two awesome heroes to have this shard on, but they know this Wukong's is the most important in the game. As they get the stun onto 2, there's a great initiation for the BKB from Spent, immediate turnaround. The Wukong's comes down there, just trying to bring down Kuroki as quickly as possible, get rid of that save, as Kind Control can't do anything, and they've on the backlines looking for some kind of entry here with the Black Hole. He's hanging around, but the BKB's actually run out. Now Thompson's on top of him here, they want to force this out from him. The pressure shard comes in from Thompson here as he's got another BKB charge to go, and will be able to just hit down GH. Miracle dead, no buyback as they go on to Kuroki as well. They're just gonna burn him down. He might be invincible, but does not make you immortal. The Fate's promise, it's gonna take him a little bit of time to kill him. Just piling in the damage, why not? It's like a pinata, but Ana, he's got the eyes on the prize. A tier 4's being beaten down here. Liquid looks like they might be falling here as they try to go for the counter initiation onto the backlines here, but two heroes stand up together inside that second Wukong's command. Mind Control, he's the last surviving member of Liquid, the last hope, but it's not realistic as they will be brought down, and the GG is called. Game number 2 goes to OG, bringing us to a third game. What a second match. What a we're having right now, in the words of Youth Ban, absolutely beautiful Dota.
That was so good. Like, the game went long enough where, like, the Sven's BKB was so low duration, and